Welcome to the Jackie Griffin Show. I'm so glad that you're back here with us again this week. And we have some exceptional guests on our show today. And we'll begin with one of them. And her name is Miss Cindy Carter. And she is the co-founder of the Cancer Support Foundation. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Jackie, so much. I'm thrilled to be here.
So, I'm sorry, you told me to call you Cindy. Cindy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a 4-time caregiver, and I'm a breast cancer survivor. And in my other life, I used to be a senior accountant, and I left the world of working with corporations to run the foundation full-time in 2006. And we have helped, since 2005, over 9,000 families in the state of Maryland. Anybody that's going through cancer treatment can give us a call with any kind of cancer, any age, and we will make sure we keep their family together. Now, if you get cancer and you live in Maryland, these are the best of times, and these are the worst of times. Best of times because we have some of the most phenomenal treatment for people anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. So we have people now that are living with cancer that in 2005, if they've become our clients, maybe not would have been able to survive as long. These are the worst of times because the services are just not there. Our typical client, a woman, breast cancer. Maryland's number 7th in the country with breast cancer. She has a good job. She may be a single parent, couple children she's trying to take care of. She's been doing fine. Nothing's behind. She's doing whatever she needs to do. Well, she gets a diagnosis, and she many times is in her 40s, early 40s, gets a diagnosis of breast cancer. So she says, like all of us women do, we can suck it up. We can take care of everybody. I'm going to get through the treatment. So she goes through all the tests, the doctor's appointments. She's already used up now about half of her vacation time and her leave. Okay, that's very quickly going. So she starts her treatment, and typically with breast cancer, you go through a regimen of chemotherapy, then you may go through a regimen of radiation. So she starts with her chemotherapy, and they're about 3 weeks apart typically. So she gets through the first one. She says, hey, I can handle this. She gets to her second one, and the next morning or the day or two after, she can't even get out of bed. And she says, okay, this is not good. So she tries to get to work. She has to call in sick. She starts missing. Well, it doesn't take much time before she's lost her job. Now, if that happens, where can she turn? There is no unemployment.
So you're telling me if a woman has breast cancer, she uses up all her sick leave and then all of her regular leave, even though the boss knows that she has cancer, they still can fire her?
Yes. Now, they don't fire you because of cancer, because they know they could get in trouble for that. Basically, you're let go because you're not able to show up to do your job.
But they know why.
They know why, but legally they will get rid of you. Now, we do have people in certain jobs that can get leave banks and things like that, especially if you're a federal or state worker. But if you don't happen to be one of those situations, you'll lose your job in many cases, or you may go and leave without pay. So either way, you have no money coming in. Now, a lot of companies don't have short-term disability anymore. We don't have a temporary disability policy like, say, New Jersey does. In New Jersey, the same woman would be able to collect equivalent to unemployment. So people don't realize you can't get unemployment. So she will go and apply when she loses her job for unemployment. And they will say, well, there's a clause in there that says you have to be able and available every day. And she's not, because the chemotherapy treatment itself can be 6 to 8 hours that she will go and sit. So they consider that as not able and available plus the time that she's ill. So she's not sick every day, and they do a real good job of giving you medications to get you through that. But what is she going to do now? Her rent's coming up. BG&E has already given her a turn off because she had to spend extra money for transportation and parking at all these places. It's expensive. So she's faced with, okay, what do I do now? I have children to feed. I have rent to pay. I have my car note and insurance. And guess what? If I get my car taken, how am I going to get to my treatments? And then my lights are going to be turned off. Well, that's where we step in, and we can help, and we're doing a lot with keeping lights on. We can plug her into some of the partnerships that we have with Meals on Wheels for food. Transportation is becoming more and more of an issue, but sometimes we can encourage people to talk to church members, church family, regular family to get transportation back and forth. But what we see are the biggest issues are, how do I keep my power on? Now stop and think of what would happen if you lost power. You wouldn't be able to charge your phone, right? You wouldn't be able to keep any food. You can't cook any food. And then how many days, I mean, I'm a baby. When I'm out of power for 30 hours, I'm like, oh, no, this is not going to go.
Right.
I mean, I want to take a hot shower.
Exactly.
I want to lay in a bed where I'm comfortable and warm. Well, if you lose your power, it doesn't take long before that happens. So with Cancer Support Foundation, we're able to step in. We're working with people with utilities. If somebody is ill, we've now gotten where they're able to call BG&E or any of the other utility companies and say, I have a serious medical condition. I need a special needs or medical waiver form sent. Now that form gives them 30 days that the power won't be turned off. They need to get the doctor to fill it in and send it back, but then they can apply for help. Well, you say apply for help. What does that look like? That means you have to go to social services or energy assistance. Most of my people, whether it's men or women, they're not able to go down and wait 3 and 4 hours because they're too sick. So we're in the process of setting up pilot programs. We have one in Howard County with Maryland Oncology, and we're setting up another one in the city with Union, where people there at the treatment would be able to say to the navigator, you know what, I'm really, really concerned because I've just got to turn off. I'm too sick to get down to the utility to the energy assistance. Can you help me? And by the way, can you help me with food stamps? Can you help me with temporary cash assistance?
Right.
Now, what somebody can get from social services if they find they're out of work. This woman could get what's called temporary cash assistance because she has children. If you're an adult without children, you know how much you can get a month? $185 a month.
Wow.
So typically what happens is you have to pick and choose what you pay for.
Correct.
You got to keep your car in transportation. People are always then on the verge of being evicted. If they have a home, they just sit in their home and don't pay their mortgage and have to deal with it later. And then we can step in, and we do, and really advocate for them to keep their power on.
Wow.
Because without their power, look at all the things they can't do.
Exactly. Wow.
So that's kind of in a nutshell what we do as a foundation. So we write a lot of checks. We partner with businesses that can raise money to help and to provide a service like Meals on Wheels, that type of thing. And then we also do a lot of advocacy down in Annapolis to try to get some regulations and some laws changed.
Wow. Is the government any way partnering with?
No, we're a private foundation. We're privately funded. We do get one Komen grant for utilities now, which is great. So women with breast cancer, I've been able to help keep their power on. But pretty much we're privately funded. We don't get state funds. We are a Maryland charity, a federal charity, and a Baltimore City charity. So we do get donations from people that work for the state and the feds in to help with our foundation. Now, one thing to mention too is we're all volunteer.
Wow.
So I've never worked as many hours in my life as I do now, but I don't get paid and nobody else gets paid. So this way, the money we have coming in will go back out to help people.
Exactly. That is awesome. That right there is a blessing, and God is going to bless you guys for that. Do you all have any events coming up, fundraising events that you want anybody to want?
Yes, we have 2 events. We have Kelly's Dream is a group, a nonprofit that is doing a race May 16th. And what you need to do is go into cancersupportfoundation.org or call at 410-964-9563, and I can give you the details about the race. This is going to be up in Hartford County, beautiful area, and she's going to be doing a 5K run May 16th. Now, June 20th, another group is doing a fundraiser with us, the Brain Cancer Foundation. They're going to raise money for all kinds of cancer, and that is also going to be, that's going to be June 20th. call us at 410-964-9563. That is going to be food. There's going to be a wheel there. There's going to be auction there. There's going to be music, a band there. So we have a couple different kinds of things. If you'd like to run, we've got one May 16th. And if you like to come and enjoy a band and be part of that type of gathering, June 20th, or come and support both. Now, the money that these nonprofits, and this is unusual, it's very, very difficult to get nonprofits to work together. Usually nonprofits, like it's my world and it's your world, we're not coming together. But our partnerships with nonprofits is what's making a difference for people in Maryland, because it's getting a larger group of people to understand there's a need. Let's raise money. We make sure 100% of it goes back out to help people. How much better can you get? I mean, that's how problems get solved. That's how. And then Meals on Wheels, we're working with them. Now, we went to them about a year and a half ago and talked to them about a program that they were thinking about doing something. Basically now, your meals can be delivered once a week frozen. Now, why would I do that way? Because if you're going to doctor's appointments every day, you're not going to be there when somebody comes at noon with a hot meal.
Correct.
You may not feel well enough to eat at noon. You want the ability to have those beautiful meals in the freezer. Today I feel like chicken, tomorrow I feel like meatloaf. I mean, you have a variety of menus, and it means if I want to eat at 9 o'clock at night, I can eat at 9 o'clock at night. So we've set that partnership up with Meals on Wheels. So we're taking care of the food, we're taking care of the utilities, we're working to try to do the transportation, but you know, we need everybody to come together and understand, besides the cure for cancer, you have thousands of people that are trying to endure cancer. And it is a massively difficult journey, and people need help. They need somebody to come up and give them a hug like their mom would and say, guess what, we're here to help you. Cancer goes on for 6 months to a year, the treatments do. Sometimes they're longer. And people cannot get disability like they used to. For instance, stage 3 or 4 breast cancer, I always had clients get disability. Now you can't get disability unless it's going to your brain, your bones, or your organs. So imagine you have breast cancer and you have lymphedema in your arms, which is a result from taking out the lymph nodes. So you always are going to therapy and you can't work, but you can't get disability because that's not something, oh, you have to wait for it to come back. And if it's in your brain, your bones, or your organ will give you disability. Heartbreaking for people. So that's kind of some of the atmosphere I don't think people realize is going on out there. It's great that people are living longer, but what happens when their lives are destroyed trying to get through every day?
Well, I thank God for people like you, Mrs.
Thank
Cindy.
you.
And once again, would you just give the people your website and your information to get in contact with you? You're a wealth of knowledge, and I am sure that my viewers learned a lot today that they didn't know. I learned a lot that I didn't know.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that they will want to contact you to help partner with you, as well as to get more information about their loved ones or people that they know that are suffering with this deadly disease.
Oh, it's terrible. Thank you very much. You get in touch with us by going on cancersupportfoundation.org or calling us at the office at 410-964-9563. And if you want to see where the money's going, our stories are put on our Facebook page, cancersupportfoundation.org. We have Northwest Savings Bank that's partnered with us, so you'll see their stories out there quite often of what's happening. We never use people's names, but I'll tell you, when you see the stories of what people are going through, you're going to better understand that it really takes a community to help people with cancer way beyond the medical part of it. Thank you so much. I always enjoy coming out and helping people understand what's really going on.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate you being here today.
Thank you very much, Jackie.
We'll be right back on the Jackie Griffin Show.